and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I hope that you all had a wonderful one and you all had a brilliant Christmas. I am back, obviously. I've come back from Singapore. I think I got back 3 days ago maybe, and I'm currently working on editing the vlog, but I really wanted you to have a video this Thursday, so I thought that I'd give you a get ready with me for my granny's 90th birthday where we went for dinner at her favourite hotel. I won't go into it too much. I've done a whole post about it on my vlog. We had an absolutely wonderful time. We went there also for her 85th and she loved it so much that we decided to just do it all again and go back. And as you'll be able to see, I think I'll include some footage of the actual dinner. And my uncle also, as a surprise for her, hired her favourite table magician, Jack, who's amazing, and so that was great. She absolutely loved that. So that's just a little brief summary so you know what this whole event was. And in my Singapore vlog there will be an entire probably 10-minute section dedicated to this night because I filmed as much as I could whilst also trying to enjoy the night. And a little secret, which is not really a secret because I'm telling you, is that the outfit footage that you're about to see actually was from the next day. I didn't want to take too much time away from Granny, and it being her birthday, it was her night, so I redid all of my hair, makeup, put on my dress, and my mum and I went back the next day and did a shoot for my blog and filmed this footage because I just didn't want to be like halfway through dinner saying, oh, I'm just going off to do a blog photo shoot and film my outfit. So we decided that we would just take the next day, or take the morning of the next day, to recreate the look and go back and film. And I'm going to show you how I did my makeup for the occasion, how I did my hair, and talk you through the jewellery that I'm wearing. And I think probably that outfit got one of the best receptions that I've ever had to any outfit ever. So I wasn't originally going to do a get ready with me for this, but I thought, well, I kind of have to because you all loved it so much, which I'm very, very grateful for. You'll notice that I am actually in my bedroom at home. I'm not in Singapore. I don't have a recreation of my home bedroom over there. That'd be very odd. So I thought you wouldn't mind if I recreated this whole look for you in this way. I've tried to do it the exact same way. So on with the makeup. So at this point I would usually do my eyebrows, but I've actually just got back from the gym and I kind of did my eyebrows as much as I would normally do them to go to the gym, just so I didn't look like a monster. So I'm not going to take them off and then put them back on to show you because there's not really anything different than I did. Now I'm going to do some eyeshadow, and I know that doing eyeliner before eyeshadow is wrong and a bit odd, but that's the way I generally do it. So that's the way I'm going to do it for you today. And I'm using this extremely filthy Chanel quad, which is a kind of browny goldy nude, and I'm going to take the lighter shade and just put that all over my lid and ruin the eyeliner that I've just done with a kind of flat paddle type brush because I think that gives a nice effect. It really packs it on nicely and makes it look quite shimmery, and you don't have to build it up too much. So I put the light colour all over my lids, and then I go in at the side with the medium brown colour. That's just kind of the outline of the eyes, and then we're going to come back to them later. If this doesn't end up looking good, I really am very sorry. I've actually run out of my set of contact lenses, and I found one that's correct for this eye, and then I found one from about a year ago that's definitely not correct for this eye, just so I'm not completely blind and helpless all day. So if I do that, I can see okay, and if I do that, it's just, I honestly just don't know what's going on. I'm feeling that it's not the best, and also when I'm filming like this, my mirror is a little bit further away. So to be honest, this all might go just terribly. Oh, and also I've run out of concealer, so I'll just be trying to make do with foundation. And also this is accurate because I actually ran out of concealer I think on the second day we were in Singapore, so during that whole time I just didn't go and buy another one. They don't actually sell Armani Beauty there, they only sell it in the airport, and I was hardly going to go all the way back to the airport just to get a concealer, so I just made do. And so because it's so hot there, I'm going to powder all over my face with my favourite Tom Ford powder, just because it's like 28 degrees and really humid, so you do tend to get a bit sweaty. And actually, when we're going to an event where we're going to be taking pictures or it's just a nice dinner, I do want a little bit more coverage because I don't know what it is about me, I just seem to go really, really red. Sometimes when I'm there, I look around at the other people, and even people that don't look like they live there, people that are not completely acclimatised to it, and they're not completely red-faced, and I am, so I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm just kind of powdering myself to death so I don't look like a tomato. So we're coming back to the eyes, and I'm going to dip my brush in the darkest brown shade. I'm going to attempt to do a slightly darker crease. I'm going to take this little angled brush and dip it in the darkest colour. I'm just going to line my eyes with the darkest colour, trying to get under the lashes. And I really like how this looks in the end. I think it looks quite relaxed and casual, but also, you know, smoky, a little bit more evening-y. I think it looks fine. To someone who's really, really good at eyeshadow, it probably looks awful, but that's fine because I'm not really, really good at eyeshadow. Then I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on, not too much because it's a tropical climate. You tend to look dewy anyway once you've been outside for more than 30 seconds. Then I'm going to take some Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner on an angled brush, and I'm going to go over the eyeliner that I've already done. The first layer of eyeliner I think serves as a guide, so I know where it's going to go, and then I just go over the top of it with gel eyeliner, so then it looks really, really black and really, really matte. Because I can't see, I honestly can't do it with my mirror that far away from me, so I'm going to have to go in and do it and then come back, and you'll just have to believe me that that's what I did. I'm really, really sorry, but I went to the opticians and they didn't have any extras that they could give me, so I'm just, you know, without my sight temporarily. Okay, so I've done my eyeliner. Hopefully you can see, maybe a little bit. You can definitely see in real life that it definitely does look a lot blacker. And I'm just going to have lip liner on and then blend it all in with a lip brush just so it looks more seamless. And I know that that might be strange, and I wouldn't necessarily wear just a lip liner when I was in the UK, but because it's very, very humid there, kind of wet in the air, it does feel like all of your makeup is melting off your face. So I think that a lip liner does do the job when it's in such a humid climate. So that's my face done, and then I did my hair. Let's zoom out a little bit. And then I put it up in a ponytail, held the ponytail quite far down, and then kind of shook it so the bits at the front fell out like this. And I had some on this side and I had some on this side. So I left it in this kind of shaggy's not the word, shaggy ponytail, but like very, very relaxed, chill looking ponytail. And I actually think that it looked really nice. And I think my curls were probably a little bit more defined on that evening, but you get the gist. And the dress I wore was a really, really beautiful minty sea foam greeny duck egg, all of the colours I just explained there. And my mum has a ring in her collection which I just knew was going to match perfectly, so I asked her if I could borrow it because usually she does not let me borrow them. Not because I would lose them, but just because they're very precious to her. And look how perfectly that matched, and so she let me wear this on the evening of the party, and it's a little bit too small for me, so it makes my finger look a little bit fat around there, but I thought that it was worth it because how perfect is that? It's like they were destined to be together. After the evening finished, I was like, oh, it went so well. Do you think maybe I can keep it? And she was like, no. And so as well as the ring, I also wore my favourite Dior pearl earrings, and I thought that they were going to match perfectly with the kind of main event of the outfit, I think, besides the ring. And it's this pearl necklace, which I think I've shown you before. And my uncle bought one of these for me, my sister-in-law, my little cousin, who's his daughter, and my mum when he went to Japan, and he got them from a very, very famous Japanese pearl maker. And this is Japanese, so I'm not going to say this properly, but Yonamine pearls. And I think he told me that Obama bought some of these pearls for his wife, I think that's correct. But anyway, they're very, very well known, good quality Japanese pearls, and they are absolutely stunning and I love them. So on the occasion that he gave us these pearls, he also gave Granny, his mother, her own string of pearls, which were not the same as these, slightly different, and she asked that we all wear our pearls so all of the girls would match and be in pearls. So and obviously they match perfectly with my Dior earrings, but obviously they're not real pearls. And then I'm not going to put my dress on just because I didn't want to get makeup on it, but it was off the shoulder, so if I kind of temporarily strip for you, you can imagine what it looked like. I think they look really, really delicate, and I think that having bare shoulders really, really emphasises how beautiful they are. So now we're going to move on to the actual outfit footage, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!